I inherited a Victorian mansion from a relative no one remembers, and now I'm afraid to even dream. So, I don't really know how to start this. I haven't told anyone yet because I can barely make sense of it myself, but I need to get this out somewhere, anywhere. 3 weeks ago, I got a letter from a tiny law firm in a town I'd never heard of. It said I'd inherited a property from a distant relative, a great-great-aunt named Edith. I called my parents, my grandparents, even my cousin who runs a family genealogy blog. No one had ever heard of her. I even checked our ancestry records. She's not there. It's like someone inserted her name into the family tree and everyone forgot. At first, I thought it was a scam, but the paperwork was legitimate. A real deed, real signatures, so last weekend I drove out there to see it for myself. The house is massive. A crumbling Victorian mansion perched on a hill just beyond a town that feels like it got frozen in time sometime around 1956. No streetlights, one diner, one gas station. The kind of place where everyone seems to already know who you are the moment you arrive. The mansion looks like something pulled from a dream you wake up trying to forget. Peeling paint, ivy strangling the outer walls, boarded up windows, a dry fountain filled with animal bones, and in the back, an overgrown hedge maze that shouldn't be as big as it is. Inside, the air is thick. The house groans like it's still trying to breathe. Most of the furniture is gone, but what's left is old, heavy, and wrong. Chairs that seem positioned to face things that aren't there, portraits whose eyes follow you, and a grandfather clock that ticks just slightly off rhythm. Not broken, just wrong. In the attic, I found a chest. Inside it, a stack of leather-bound journals, all signed E. They start in the 1930s. At first, the entries are mundane, weather, gardening, complaints about town gossip. But gradually, they become strange. One entry from 1946 describes a circle of 7 gathering under a blood moon. Another includes a floor plan of the house with red X's marked over specific rooms. One page just repeats the line, "The child will bring the voice, it must be silenced." Over and over, 3 pages of that, like someone trying to hold something back by writing it out. I thought it was some kind of disturbed fiction. Until I went down to the parlor. There are burn marks on the floorboards, not random scorch marks, a spiral with 7 spokes just like one drawn in the journals, the exact same size, as if something had been branded into the wood. Later, I stopped at the gas station to ask if anyone knew anything about the house. The woman behind the counter went pale, her exact words,
"That house should have stayed empty."
Then she turned around and walked into the back room like she couldn't stand to look at me. I haven't slept there. I wanted to, I tried, but every time I closed my eyes, I'd hear whispering, not from outside, but from behind the walls. Voices that didn't sound human. I left in the middle of the night. I drove with every window down just to hear something real again. But here's the thing, I haven't been the same since. My dreams feel like they're not mine. I wake up at 3:07 a.m. every single night. And sometimes I see flashes of the house. Not how it is now, but how it used to be. Lit. Alive. Full of people in clothes that don't belong in this century. Their faces are never clear, but I think they're watching me. The mansion is legally mine. I don't know what to do with it. Burn it, sell it, go back and finish what someone else started. Part of me wants answers. Who was Edith? Why wasn't she remembered? Why me? But another part of me feels like this wasn't an inheritance. It was an invitation, and whatever left that invitation is still waiting. Has anyone ever dealt with something like this? I know how insane this sounds. But this doesn't feel random, it feels designed.